What is going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives, giofvcks here, and in this video I just want to talk about how yes, you can give people second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, however many chances that you personally want to offer. Is up to you. And you know, people are going to do what they want to do. Me personally, I do not recommend giving people the benefit of the doubt. Especially people who already have a track record of doing you dirty, because oftentimes in my personal experience, when I've given people the benefit of the doubt after they've already shown me that they're not to be trusted, or there's been a bunch of red flags and inconsistencies and they screwed me over previously, when I did give them the benefit of the doubt for the second, third, fourth, fifth, numerous time, each and every time they proved why I shouldn't deal with them. So that's why I personally don't recommend doing the benefit of the doubt. So now let's talk a little bit about a personal experience. Just living proof. You know, you would think as time has passed, it's been a couple of months, it's been a couple of years, that people would grow, mature, have a different thought process, be working on themselves, healing, correcting bad behavior. That's not always the case. And that's why it is so important that I talk about this in this video, because a lot of times people will think, you know, time has passed, so maybe the other person has changed or matured, they're healing, maybe there's a potential to work things out, maybe y'all can reestablish that relationship, whether that's a platonic relationship, y'all just friends again, acquaintances, a romantic relationship, whatever. You try to reestablish the relationship, make some corrections, but that's not always the case. And with this particular person, it's like years later, you still, just by judging how things have gone, it's still toxicity there. And this is why I personally do not recommend giving people second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th chances. It just typically doesn't work out that way. And I think a lot of us need to get comfortable with, I also want to give a shout out to this Skinny Pop kettle corn, because look at that. This is why I want to give a shout out to it, because when you look at this, it's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, there's no peanuts, it's tree nut free, and there's no preservatives. Huh? I do not know. I do not know. I'm sorry. No artificial flavors, and it is it's very delicious. And for someone that has IBS, Crohn's, Graves' disease, little snacks that I can eat, I like. Okay. But anyways, off that. But to talk more about this. So like, you know, time, people think that because time has passed, that I guess somehow people have moved on, people are mature, people are growth, maybe we can visit this situation again. And I'm here to tell you, like, no, that's not always the case. And sometimes you need to let what happened in the past stay in the past, right? Like, there is no revisiting people, places, situations, things of the past. Sometimes you really do just have to move on and let people go. And that's completely fine. Some people are going to forever be stuck, and that's just it. And for me, as I grow and mature and I go through this self-care journey and I'm healing and working on me, it's just a lot of things that I'm just not interested in dealing with anymore. Again, 2018, I dealt with a lot of mess because I came from a background of, you know, inconsistency, people pleasing, narcissistic abuse, emotional abuse, lacking boundaries, lacking self-esteem, lacking self-confidence, lacking a sense of self, so many things that I had to work on, and I'm still currently working on. So that's why I talk about it the way I talk about it, because it's like I'm actively working on me, and I'm here to let you know, a lot of times when this happens, you know, it's abuse across the board, and you really have to take the time in therapy and counseling to work on yourself and really be accountable and responsible to it. Because if you don't, years will fly by and you will still be operating the same way that you were operating at the beginning when you initially got hurt. You don't want to keep doing that same mess. You want to have growth and maturity. You want to have progress. You want to heal. You want to unlearn toxic behaviors and ideologies, and you want to learn positive, healthy coping mechanisms and behaviors. So you're not constantly in that realm of toxicity and you steady making the same mistake over and over and over again. So I had a situation yesterday where I did reach out to a person from the past, you know, to basically say, hey, you know, you've been on my mind. I've been thinking about you anyways. Hope all is well with you, right? And the person, and I sent like a video instead of sending a text message or like inbox message. I sent an actual video. And when I sent the video, the person responded back, which shocked me because normally this individual does the silent treatment and the ghosting and ignoring and acting like you don't exist. But this person sent a message back, and I was just like kind of shocked because normally, like I said, this person doesn't communicate. And the person responded and was like, hey, you look good. You look so good. How are you? How's everything been? And it took me back. It took me back. And I didn't respond right away because, again, I'm really big on boundaries and recognizing that, hey, if I'm busy or I'm just not, I need to take time to process what has been said, I can do that. So when I finally did respond back, I was just like, you know, thank you. You know, and it seems like you're doing well too, blah, blah, blah. And then I noticed when the person responded back to what I responded, they ignored what I said and went right into, oh, you high? You look like you high as shit, right? And it's like, again, I can already see that here we are going on 3 years later, you still are immature, your communication is still piss poor, and you still have a problem with taking accountability. Like, you can't even have an open conversation because you're already deflecting and you can't even stay on task. And you're 26 now, and that's still your mindset. So that just lets me know personally that this literally confirms why I stopped dealing with you, why I no longer engage. And I wanted to make this video to, one, for me, it was self-closure because I already knew, you know, ain't nothing really coming from this. So it just pretty much solidified what I already knew. It pretty much confirmed what I already knew to be true. So now I'm in the stage of, well, that's that, and I know what I don't want to deal with. Like, if you don't know how to communicate in a healthy, functioning manner like an adult, I'm just not going to be bothered with you, you know, altogether, because it's just like, no one has time for that over and over, and it just gets played out after a while, especially when you are an adult. Like, you really trying to have a real adult conversation with somebody and they're still operating in this very emotionally abusive, manipulative, toxic, immature, and it's just, I don't have time. You know, I'm 28, you know, in literally 3 months, Lord willing, universe willing, ancestor willing, I will have the privilege of turning 29 and will be in my last year of my 20s. And at this age, I simply do not care to be dealing with people who are immature and toxic. It's really that simple. So I gave myself closure. I pretty much confirmed what I already knew to be true. And with that being said, it was affirming because it's like, hey, you already knew that this was the case with this person, and it's in your face. You've had evidence for basically 3 years of how this person acts and behaves, and it is what it is. I'm just thankful that now, because of therapy and counseling, I can laugh. I can sit back and crack a joke and laugh and get my hee ha ha's out of it. Because 3 years ago, I was so lost, like completely lost. 3 years later, there's no way I would give you the time of day to go back and forth with you on that immaturity. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like an ego boost or a confidence boost, because this person literally made me feel like shit, made fun of my weight, my body, how I looked, how I dressed, literally made life a living hell for me and another individual, because this person was always body shaming and fat shaming, yet didn't want anyone to make any comments on their body. True narcissistic fashion. They can project all day, but the minute you give them a dose of their own medicine, now you're the bad guy. But it was almost like an ego boost, confidence boost, because like literally right off the first video that I sent, the person sent back, "Oh, hey, wow, you look so good now." And it's just like, again, you talked all that shit about my weight, you're fat, lied, and made it seem like all I wanted to do was go out to eat and go to restaurants, when you were the one that kept hitting me up about going out to eat and hanging out and let's get dinner. That was always you, but okay, projection. We get it now. Now we have the vocabulary. We know the red flags. We know the type of behaviors that are perpetuated by people like you. So now all of a sudden I look good, so now you want to talk after you done spent 3 years doing silent treatments. So it's just hilarious to me, because it's like, again, when you have the glow up, as they say, and you really start caring about yourself and valuing yourself, and you have boundaries and you have a self-esteem and a sense of self, this is when they want to play nice. Now they want to give you the time of day. And keep in mind, this person has been stalking me and harassing me this entire time while simultaneously doing a silent treatment. So that's why I just think it's just toxic. Like, this is the behavior that some people engage in. And when you really get to that healing stage, it's no longer attractive. It's no longer fun. It's no longer entertaining. You're not interested in it. And it took me a very long time to get here. And now that I'm here, I make these videos to be transparent and to also potentially help other people avoid going through narcissistic relationships, toxic relationships, and help others, kind of see for themselves that you can heal and you can work on yourself. So that's really why I made this video. Again, information on how you can find a therapist will be in the description box below. In my personal experience and humble opinion, I do not recommend giving people second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, umpteenth chances to play you. Eventually, you need to see the red flags, spot the red flags, and put up boundaries. I'm out.